Thank you everybody for tuning back in as we get ready to play the second round here of the Bakersfield Baskethawk Open 2018. My name is Andrew Reyes with In-Flight Disc Golf. We're getting ready to play Sharktooth Mountain here at beautiful Hart Park in Bakersfield, California. I'd like to send a special shout out to one of our sponsors, Aaron Gripsima with Busted Knee Disc Golf Kneeling Pads, good friend of ours. I'm here with my buddy Lake Terrell.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is going to be a super exciting second round. We've got 4 really good golfers on the card today. We've got Josh Castle, you've seen him in the first round, sponsored by DGA. Austin Spradlin, who you also have seen. Christian Bowerman and David Olsen are going to be joining us on the card today, and this should be pretty exciting. We're out at Hart Park. We've got 2 beautiful courses out here. You've seen the Suicide Flats, nice park-style golf. Well, this is the hill. This is a lot different. It's a complete contrast to the first course that we played. Tons of elevation, tons of death putts, rollaways, and just all-around brutal disc golf. Although it starts off on a pretty nice, lush green fairway here on hole number 1. Really big throw to start things off, 429 feet. It's basically a smash straight shot with a hyzer finish that can hopefully penetrate the low ceiling at the end and get you up there for a look at too. First on the tee, we're going to see Josh Castle looking to get things started with a big shot here. This little uphill undulation right off the tee can force you, like I talked about earlier, on different parts of the course. It can force you to throw a nose up, but he's able to keep that one down and actually throw a really good shot there.
Austin's looking to build some momentum. He finished strong from the first round, and he's trying to keep pace with Josh here.
Looking to get things going, but I don't know if that's going to do it. That's a little low, and this grass is not going to allow that to penetrate too far up the fairway.
Yeah, Christian throws a mixed bag here. He's turning this one over a little more than he wants to, and he's going to catch that tree, knocking him straight down. Here's David Olsen going for his shot. He's also going turnover, kind of a similar line. He's far right as well.
Yeah, that right side is not going to give you very many birdie looks, but these guys should be able to make this low ceiling approach work.
You're going to notice Christian went right hand backhand on his drive, but now is going left hand forehand for his approach.
Okay, ambidextrous. All right.
Yeah, multifaceted.
David's able to make that approach work, put it close, hopefully getting a par there. And a really long jumper from Austin, just left side, he'll clean up a par.
Josh has the closest look here. He's going to put a number on this one.
Oh,
He was just a little short, yeah. We're going to come in and clean up some stuff here. There's David for his par. There's Christian. Oh no, and that one's gonna break his heart. Hits the front of the cage, jumps up, slaps the chains a little bit, and just will not stay in.
That's tough there. You got to be anticipating getting up and down after that shot, and I don't know if it's a lapse in judgment. Maybe the camera jitters here on the lead card starting the second round off, but that's unfortunate.
Yeah, this is Christian's second tournament that he's playing Pro Open.
Hole 2, 342 feet, par 3. This is gap that the drone is flying is the traditional gap you're going to see that requires basically a forehand or a turnover. With the slope of this fairway going from right to left, the turnover can start to hyzer out and you'll find yourself skipping down that hill quite a way. So I think the forehand is the preferred throw, or even maybe a roller.
Josh is going to lace this one down the middle, leaving it a little bit shorter than what he probably wanted, but he's going to have a look.
Looks like Austin is trusting the backhand turnover as well. And he'll put that one a little bit short. He'll have a long look at birdie.
Here's David going backhand roller. He lays this one down to perfection. Actually, probably almost too good. As you're going to see, he's going to hop skip over this street here.
Oh no. Okay, but that's not out of bounds in that dirt area. That's going to be safe for him, but not really what you want. That's way past the basket.
Christian's going to follow that up. I believe he's going to catch the tree here just a little bit early as it shoots him up into the sky. He's going to land safely and have a decent look here for the 2.
Josh from a knee from about 60 feet. He's content to basically lay that one up, put it close for the par. And Christian from just a little bit closer, doing the same.
Austin was a little bit shorter than what he wanted to be, but he's giving himself a look here. Oh man, and that one just didn't want to stay in. Here's David.
This is David from Raptorville. If you've been in the disc golf scene in this area, you know that Ricky Wysocki nailed a huge putt from over there. But what that is going to entail is a pretty tricky situation here. So there was a provisional taken from David after he threw across the street, and his provisional disc is the one that Austin just tapped in from.
You can see Austin's putter, his real putter, is actually right underneath the basket there. And the part that really just hurts is that it turns out that David's shot was actually safe, so there was no need for that provisional. And it just goes on to haunt Austin here as he has to take a stroke penalty.
Oh, unfortunate to get the stroke penalty on the misplay. And not how you want to get your second round started. He was hoping to come out hot and really close the gap on Josh early, but that's going to cost him, and Josh has opened up a 3-stroke lead coming into the 3rd hole here. 270 feet, par 3. Really not a lot of trouble here. The road is out of bounds, but that shouldn't come into the play if you're throwing this right side gap right here. Just throw one flat, maybe a fairway driver, get a little checkup, and play this one right into the palm tree if you want the birdie.
Josh is going to have the box here. He's throwing, but unfortunately he grip locks it just a little bit too much, and he's catching that tree and it's just dropping him straight down.
Christian looking to keep it in the middle. He's done just that with a little bit of turnover, but that'll be just fine. He'll check up, circle's edge deep.
Here's David. He's wanting a similar line here, and as you can tell, he absolutely pures it, plays it to perfection. And
oh yeah, not really leaving any anhyzer on that, and the result you're going to see is a park chop.
Here's Austin going mortar.
I gotta think he's throwing that one into the right gap, and this was just a bit of an early release. Not really what he wants there.
Yeah, some of his card mates were worried that he was going to hyzer out into the road, but he knew he threw a mid-range. He knew that he wasn't in any real danger of skipping out.
And Josh is going to chip that one up there. He'll be taking a par. And a long birdie look here from Austin. Well, he played the palm tree, but unable to get the birdie, so I guess I was wrong.
Here's Christian just outside circle's edge.
Oh, get up with the body language. He loves it. Let's see that again. Going long, comebacker birdie.
Just as nice the second time. He's
Dead in the
fist pumping,
center.
he's finger pistoling, he's having himself a good time. He's pumped.
Well done there. Repping OTB. Shout out Danny Corbett. And a couple cleanups for the guys here for par.
Yep, and here's David finally closest to the basket. He's going to come and tap out.
Don't forget about me. I threw the best shot on the card.
Christian lays back here to show him a little love. He's fist bumping.
Nice. Hole 4, 156 feet. And this is the part of the course where it really starts to show its teeth. And it really starts to live up to the name Sharktooth Mountain. 156 feet, basically straight uphill onto a really treacherous green. It's so hard to put this one close. And you know, you put it short and you got an extremely uphill putt. If you put it long, you've got one of the most treacherous death putts you'll ever see. So very hard. And there you see David. He's trying to play it right onto that knuckle, right underneath the basket, but he just goes a little bit long, and now he's got a very scary death putt.
Here's Josh. He's going big hyzer. He's going to pull it on a string and bring it back to the basket here, giving himself a great birdie look.
Yeah, I think that's basically the play, is sort of the wide stall hyzer. Austin's going to flex on this one. He's able to stay somewhat on the hill.
And here's David. He doesn't want any part to do with this. He's just an intimidating backdrop, and he's going to lay that up. No shame.
And Austin knows better as well. He's played this too many times to be suckered into that one. Even on the short side of the basket looking up, the potential for roll away is, it's just much easier to lay that one up and walk away with your par, unless you're Josh. And, you put it close and real smooth birdie putt there.
Yeah, he's going to gain a stroke on his card mate. He's got to take another step in his lead.
Yeah, he's opened it up to 4, and Austin's looking to catch him. Hole number 5, 231 feet. Again, severely uphill, and the hill behind the basket presents sort of a backstop, so it feels really, runnable. You can throw hard at this hole, not be scared of going long, and you got to think these guys are all hunting the ace.
See Josh here, he's going big time here. He's got a great throw for this. You can tell that he's having to throw into some wind. If you check the brush, you can see it's kind of playing with the disc a little bit, but he's in a good spot there.
There's Christian. Looks to be throwing a kind of a turnover flex shot there, and that's pretty much parked right there short. That could be too low. Nope, he's going to climb the hill just fine for David. I think Austin's going back to that mortar here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to float a little bit too high using that hill as a backstop, but that's gonna play nicely.
And just outside of the circle for David. Not able to get that one.
Josh is in striking distance here. He should have this.
Oh yeah, that's all day from Josh. Oh, nope, excuse me.
We spoke too soon. He skips right off the chains, and he's going to be wanting that one back.
As well as Austin, he just went air ball on a really downhill putt. You got to wonder if the downhill nature of the footing was playing tricks on him there. And unable to connect on the par, that's going to be a birdogey. And super unfortunate. You never want to see a birdogey.
Yeah, that's going to hurt as Christian picks up a birdie here on this one. Josh is coming back for his par. That's a clean look. He's got no problems with that one. And you could see the frustration in Austin there, shaking his head. He's going to take that and walk away.
And a little bit of a swing here. Josh is now a 3-stroke lead on Christian, who has a 1-stroke lead on David, who has a 1-stroke lead on Austin. So Josh looks to, keep steering that ship in the right direction and maintaining that lead here on hole number 6, 189 feet. And this is sort of a signature hole before the signature hole. A really cool one with a cool view and a nice green. You got this pocket that will catch the shots coming in hot, and anything short has huge potential to roll away.
Christian plays this one nicely, just landing it on the safe spot of that hill, if you can say such a thing. But he's going to leave himself maybe 15 feet for the putt there.
Castle going standstill mid-range, but I don't think he had the juice on that one to put it up on the shelf, and that looks like it may have rolled away.
Here's David hyzering out a little bit early. Good catch by the catch cam there. You can see he's in decent position there.
Yeah, anywhere in that pocket behind the basket should be fine, although it is a pretty scary death putt, and Austin's going to display some touch right there and put it really, really close for the tap-in.
Here goes Josh. He did roll down a little bit, but he's going to try to put a little bit of a bid there. He lands safely. He should have that all day.
Really nice birdie there from David.
Nerves of steel right there with such a scary backdrop there after seeing rollaways and stuff like that. And Christian's going to come back and he's going to match that for a birdie as well. Here's Austin trying to clean it up, and oh no, he's going to take a nasty roll down the hill.
I spoke too soon on the tap in. Obviously not close enough for Austin. That's unfortunate. This green is so tough.
And he's going to go back-to-back bird dogies here and lose another stroke, unfortunately.
Back-to-back birdogies. Wow, that's unfortunate.
Even this putt right here has got to be scary after missing that one.
Things starting to get away from him here, but he can right the ship. If anybody can, put a good move on this shot, it's Austin. His dad has aced this probably 15 times or some crazy number that just keeps changing. But hole number 7, 591 feet. The trick here is you got all the airspace in the world, but the green is pretty small. It's a bit of a plateau, if you will, with a flat green surface that cuts off a bit of a cliff about 5 to 10 feet, and it makes really all putts coming onto the green difficult unless you're sitting on top of it, which is basically a tap-in.
Yeah, Christian's asking for some advice here. He's only thrown this shot a few times, and he's dealing with some nasty wind, and he's actually going to throw it
I think
pretty close to perfect.
They gave him good advice. It wasn't bad advice. Wow, that's off the green, under the basket. That's an ace run if I've ever seen it.
As Lake was saying, that plateau is so hard to land on, he's going to skip away off of it.
David trying to maybe repeat some of that same magic, but just a bit early on the hyzer.
Here's Josh with his aftershock, and he's just yelling at it to hook up, hook up, hook up, and it's just not happening until a little too late.
Yeah, it hooks up a bit late on him. That's going to leave him long of the basket, but that's what you get on this hole. The green is so difficult to stick. You just got to be able to make a huge putt coming back at it, or put it close for the par.
Here's Austin just floating a sky god out there, doing otherworldly things and floating it past the basket. As you can see it, that blue speck out there just over the cone.
Wow, that was super impressive. And all these guys will have some pretty simple approaches here onto the green. Like I said, it's just all about distance control here. You want to be able to stick it. You don't want to sail it long or throw it short into the side of the hill either.
Yeah, Josh lands safely on there with his breaker. Austin is going to float this one up there gently as he taps the base of the basket and puts himself in good position to convert on his par.
Oh, trying to get that to go in just off the front of the cage. Unfortunate miss. He would have loved to have had that birdie.
He tells Austin, hold my umbrella. I'm going to try to make this, and he comes pretty darn close.
And here you can see from where David's putting, it drops off really severely behind him, just to give an idea of how small this green actually is.
Yep, and they're going to all walk away with pars here as Christian taps out. And they're moving on.
Hole number 8, the barn shot, classic Hart Park, 447 feet, and usually a really stiff headwind that can bring that barn into play in a hurry. You want to keep the shot in the fairway up on this sort of grassy area, if you will, and hopefully you have a pretty easy approach. It's so hard to get all of the distance necessary to park it whenever the headwind is just blistering in your face, as you'll see here shortly. But I think a couple of these guys have the power to reach the green, and we'll see if they're able to control their disc well enough to get it there.
Yeah, here's Christian. He's playing along that left side doing a turnover. That headwind's just going to make it dump a little bit earlier than he wanted to. But he's out there in the open.
Yeah, it's fine. Keeping it in the middle, cutting the hole in half, not doing too much. And
David's doing a similar play, going right at our cameraman.
Yeah, just a little bit further. Nice shot, keeping it in the middle as well.
Here's Josh just challenging the wind, saying, is that all you got? And you see Christian in the background playing Mary Poppins, getting ready to take flight back there.
Josh says, bring it on. He throws a deep hyzer, gets a huge wind bump on the turnover, but I think that wind bump will allow it to hyzer back in, as you see. And it's a pretty big shot, but not quite far enough to really park this hole. Yeah, Austin is just going huge here. Perfect angle, gets the nose down, gets a full flight, but the hyzer is going to leave him left side, circle's edge.
Yeah, to get pin high on that hole is just absolutely insane, and Austin's one of the few guys that can do it there. Christian's just going to lay up a nice upshot here.
Man, these approaches aren't easy. The green will slip away from these players, and it can let these upshots get away from you, and you can have a comebacker out of nowhere where it seems like you threw a good shot and your disc can go sailing. And you're going to see Austin, he's a veteran of this course. He's been around the course a time or two, and he knows better. He's going to lay that one up and take the real easy par.
And here's a rare air ball by Josh. He's usually touching metal all day, but that was for birdie, so he's going to have a look to save his par now.
Yeah, he'll have a tester like I was talking about. It sort of slopes away more to the right, but this isn't as bad as it gets, but he should be able to clean that up, and he does.
And Christian here, is we coined the nickname for him, Crazy Legs Christian. He's just got that leg shake that just his routine way that he feels comfortable putting, and it works for him there.
David and Austin going to be collecting some pars here.
Actually, David's going to take a bogey on that one as he laid up a little bit short there.
That's right. And that'll bring us to our last hole on the front nine. This is hole number 9, 297 feet, par 3, pretty uphill, and it's got this sort of valley that turns into the landing spot. Basically, any shot thrown short should be collected in this valley, and it will be difficult footing and an uphill putt. So the ideal shot would be to get it up onto the flat, either pin high left or right or deep of the basket, but being so uphill, that's actually a really far shot. It says 297, but it feels like it plays 400 if you're trying to reach the flat that is on the green, up there.
Christian's going to throw a decent shot right here and land somewhat on the right side of the fairway up on this ridge here, and he'll have a clean look at the basket from there. Here we got Josh. He's going aftershock here. He's playing it almost to perfection, landing it just short, so he's leaving himself an uphill putt. Just
pretty close for an uphill putt, though. That should be a makeable one.
Absolutely.
Oh, buzzing the tower there is Austin, and that's not a bad spot to putt from. It can become a bit deathy with the sloping of this green, but he should be able to collect decent footing enough to give it a good bid.
And David's just going to turn this one over a little bit too much as he gets himself into Forest fairway over there. He's going to have to wait it out as some guys finish out that hole over there.
Christian pitching this one up, getting up and down for the par.
And David can't even see the basket from where he is. He's asking for advice, but he puts it pretty close there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good shot for it being blind.
Austin staring down a bird here.
Oh man, he wanted that one to get back into the game and get things going. Super unfortunate. And wow, speaking of unfortunate, another rare air ball. You got to think, maybe the hill is taking its toll. It can be extremely exhausting, going up and down, all this elevation. But unfazed, he's able to clean up that par nicely.
Yeah, he takes down that comebacker. Here's Christian. He's cleaning up his par.
Who am I kidding? These guys are in great shape. Young studs. These guys can play this course 10 times a day.
There's David knocking down his par after a tough approach there. I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. If you can, just hit that subscribe button. Follow us here at In-Flight Disc Golf on YouTube, on Instagram. We're going to come back and finish out this second round and play the back nine here as these players try to put themselves in position to try to take down a win. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.